the reality of it, not
Now,
no faking.
What age do you think men and women peak on dating apps?
I'm gonna say 22
For women?
for women.
Okay,
22.
what do you guys think?
Early 20s, yeah.
Must be 24 at the max.
Okay, what do you guys think for men?
Ooh.
I think it's later in life because some
What
females
age?
are like 31.
31?
Maybe like later 20s.
I'm gonna say late 20s
For men?
for
That's
men.
when they
Late
peak.
20s.
Tell us, Pearl.
I want to hear this.
Researchers determined that while men's sexual desirability peaks at 50,
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know.
women starts at 18 and falls from there.
They've gone out. I'm over it.
For online daters, women peak at 18 while men peak at 50.
That is, I mean, I'm 41. I'm good with that. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with
You're
that.
hitting your peak, brother.
But I'm just, and that's the thing. That's the whole thing. That gets into the argument of younger women like older men,
Facts.
and older men like younger women. And so, but what happens to the women that are in that older bracket?
They get bitter
right.
because
Side chicks.
they get bitter.
Right.
Yeah, they need side chicks.
Because they see the younger girls doing what they used to do, and then they demonize the older guys for going for younger women when those were the women going for older guys when they were younger.
Correct. Because everyone remembers, like, you know, when you were at school or college or whatever,
You had the man
those girls that were at college, the guys that would roll up in the car,
in the Astra,
in the
banged
or
up Astra.
they will always go for the older guys. They
Serious.
always would.
And then what would they tell you? Guys my age are immature. They're immature.
Immature. Women have always liked older men.
But then when it flips now and they start to hit their peak and decline, that's when they start demonizing the men. Oh, well, you guys are weird. Why can't you find a girl your own age? Why are you going for younger girls?
Yeah.
You was that girl like 10 years ago.
Why do you guys think that women tend to shame men for having standards?
Because they're old and bitter.
What do you guys think? I'm just curious, like, because
why do
Shame men for
Yeah, why do you
understanding.
shame men?
so
for having
whenever men have a standard, I'm not saying every woman, right? But oftentimes women shame them for having it. So like we have the body positivity movement, right? If guys say I don't like fat chicks, canceled.
Yeah, now we're like,
if guys say I don't want to date a single mother, if they say I don't want to date ugly girls, like anything that they say, they're shamed for.
I think it's because we treat men like trash.
Okay.
And we have too much high expectation of how they should treat us and what they should be doing for us and this, that, and the other, but we don't hold ourselves in the same regard. I do think that men don't get treated correctly. And I think in certain cultures, obviously I'm from the black community. I think black women can sometimes treat black men like absolute dirt. And then it's the same cycle you go through, you know. Someone who's got a lot of baby fathers and then she has a son and then she raises a son to be just like the dad that she cussed. It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very deep, like, it's like obviously these are deep issues that go into like.
Do you know what's
how
very
people
interesting?
are
We talk
raised.
about that when it comes to dating apps, like on dating apps, the people that are the women that are least desired on dating apps happen to be black women.
But do you think that's because when I went on Tinder that time, it was saturated with white
Pearl,
men.
you sit this one out.
It was saturated with white men. So obviously, it's like who's frequent in these apps is that a cultural thing? So there weren't many black men on there. So, and I also think that in society, black women are not desired.
Why?
Now this
me, boy.
I don't know. Come on, bro.
Pearl's saying quiet over there.
And I think that why do I think
Why do you think black women are least desired? And the thing is, on dating apps, the most desired woman is the Asian women. On dating apps, they're the ones that are most desired.
Oh, Asian girls kill it.
Like, Asian
they're
girls
in better
kill it.
shape. They can cook better.
Like-
If I got left for an Asian chick, I would understand.
Like Asian women,
I would understand.
Asian women are most desired. Black women are least desired.
I think because of
White men are most desired. Black men are creeping up there, but Asian men are least desired.
It's all a madness.
Yeah.
I feel that if you look at media, I'm not social media necessarily, but media, what was portrayed as beautiful and what has been put, like, thrown out there. If you look at like adverts when we were younger and models and etc., it was like the slimmer, white, blonde, etc. So they weren't pushing through that culture of having, you know, having black women as desired.
Right.
And then I think because of certain things within black culture where women have gone through certain struggles and they've got, you remember we were talking before on the other episode about like masculine energies or those energies, there creates this thing where the women we're strong, independent, X, Y, and Z, and men are not finding that necessarily attractive.
Would you say that men in general, not just black, not just white, not just Asian, do not find a masculine woman desirable?
I think that men like to have that element of they're looking after you. So women are nurturing, but a man wants to feel like he's able to take care of you.
Right.
So if you're on a level where it's like, no, I don't need you, men like to be needed. So I think that kind of ties into it. I think it's really sad how black women have been treated and etc. in terms of attraction. It's a mad, complicated issue. I'm mixed, so the mixed experience is a completely different experience as well. Everyone has their own experience.
You a lighty, you don't count.
See that? And do you know? Let me tell you something. Being light,
You're gonna go in now,
I
guys.
am. You asked a question.
Yeah, go on.
Being light skinned is not always the easiest thing either, because people have sort of it was a trend, right? So it's a relatively new thing. If you look at like when people were able to have multicultural relationships, it's kind of a new generation. So then it was a fashion statement. So you'd get women who are like, oh, I want a light-skinned child. You're not thinking about all the things that come with having, you know, a child that is from a different culture.
Who would say, I want a light-skinned child?
I've heard white girls say that.
Right, okay.
I have, like, because they think that, you
designer babies.
Designer baby. But it's like, it's not about that. You're actually bringing another human into this world. Yeah, so it's like, it's not about what, you know, how melanated you are, but it's, I've tangented.
I have a question for you. So what do you think about women shaming men for not having standards? Because it's interesting. I feel like you've changed your tune a little bit since last show.
No, not at all. We're just talking about something completely different.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean? That's it. I personally don't shame anyone for having standards. I don't think standards. I think your standards should reflect how you carry yourself. If I don't drink and I was saying I want a bloke that doesn't drink, that's fair enough. If I was out every weekend getting pissed and I was saying I don't want a bloke that I don't want a bloke that drinks, then it's a double standard. I think everyone should have standards. I don't see the point in that.
So you disagree with women that shame men for not wanting
anyone,
to...
it's women, men, and I know what that.
So like women, I'll give you an example. Women were shaming Leonardo DiCaprio for only dating girls under 25.
I do think that is a bit suspect, if I'm honest.
Okay. So you agree? Okay.
I think there's a certain age gap, and if it's that things like people fall in love. I'm not saying every age gap is weird. I think if you're an older bloke and you've got a habit of going with younger girls, then I personally think it is a
sexual
bit
preference.
I do, because I think sometimes there's a power dynamic in it.
What if it's the same? What if it's a woman going for a younger guy?
Oh, 100%. It's the same thing. It's like that.
Or what if it's a beautiful woman going for a rich guy?
That happens.
But I'm saying, is she taking advantage of him?
But is he only with her because she's beautiful? So it's the same thing, isn't it?
Right, but I'm saying,
if rich
Leonardo,
men having eye candy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. But like, why is one shamed and the other isn't?
I think I just said they were both the same, isn't it?
No, I said if.
You mean
I can't talk for other people. I just talk for myself.
I'm saying if a beautiful woman is with a rich man, but you said that one's okay.
No, but I'd imagine he's probably with her because she's beautiful. That's the way it is, isn't it? Like men like.
Well, I think we both want attractive partners.
Yeah, of course. Everyone wants someone they're attracted to. Jesus, that is what it is. That's just. I know people say.
But it's just interesting because you said that you don't shame anyone for having standards, but you kind of did with.
With the age thing, but that's a different sort of. That's a different sort of.
You
topic.
make sure they're over 21 to 25. I think that's.
What? So if a 50-year-old started dating a 21-year-old, do you think that's all right?
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
If he wants
That's
to.
fair enough.
If she's okay with it. I think at 21 you can make your own. Like when I was 21, I could make that decision. I wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Me.
Personally, as a 50...
That's too
old.
old.
As a 41-year-old man, I wouldn't date a 21-year-old.
There we are.
That's just me personally.
Would you find it weird if one of your mates said, "Do you want to meet the girl I'm dating?" and in walked a 21-year-old?
I wouldn't find it weird.
Would you be a little not at all?
I wouldn't find it weird.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Because
I know everyone's different, but
once people are of age, I'm like, you can do what the hell you want.
But
I'm just saying for me as an individual.
Yeah.
I couldn't, like, I'm just like, what do I have in common with a 21-year-old?
Yeah.
Like, I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But some 50-years just don't care.
No.
Right,
They're
exactly.
Like, you know what? I don't need anything in common.
Yeah.
She's hot.